welcome to my channel. My name is Kamari. I'm the owner of and face behind Designs by Kamari. Today I'm going to be doing a flyer tutorial in Affinity Designer for iPad. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I just took 2 fingers and pinched the screen to zoom out. Alright, so I'm going to start by adding a rectangle shape to the screen. Literally just dragging that right across the screen onto my artboard. I'm going to change the color of that to white. So I just click this little white circle on the right menu and I'm going to select white. Because I like to give myself a background without this rectangle shape. It was going to be that transparent background. Now I'm going to select the move tool. I'm going to open up my photo studio. I'm just going to type in red roses. I'm going to scroll till I find something I like. I'll go with this one. Press and hold down, drag onto the screen. I'm going to close out my photo studio. I'm just going to decrease the scale of the photo a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. You see it's super huge. You can see the blue outline to see how big the photo actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and crop that by using the vector crop tool on the left menu. And I'm going to press the move tool. Use my 2 fingers to zoom back in so I can see. Next, I'm going to blur my background just a little bit. I don't want the roses to take away so much attention from the design, so I'm just going to blur them out by using the FX Studio on the right menu. I'm going to select Gaussian Blur. So I turned on Gaussian Blur. I'm going to press the word Gaussian Blur. Then I'm going to use this slider on the left side and just blur it a little bit. So you can still see the roses, but they're blurred. After you do that, make sure you select the move tool and select FX to close out that menu. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger because I'm starting to see that white background peek through, so I'm just going to scale it up a little bit. Alright. So next I'm going to add a photo strip onto the screen. I'm going to create my own photo strip by using the rectangle shape on the left menu. I'm going to go ahead and select rectangle. I'm just going to basically create a rectangle with my fingers. I'll just literally drag that onto the screen. I'm going to select the move tool after I do that. Then go ahead and angle it. I'm just going to angle it a little bit that way. And then I'm just going to move it into this corner. I'm going to increase the size a little bit. So I kind of want it angled like that. Alright, so now I'm going to create the photo part of it. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate this white strip. I'm going up to the top menu and selecting duplicate. I'm going to change the color to black so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so now I'm going to use this tool, this cursor right here on the screen. So I'm going to press the middle, press up, press the middle, press the right. And I'm going to decrease the size of it, of that black rectangle. Alright, so now I'm going to deselect the up and deselect the right. Select the move tool. I'm just going to adjust my black rectangle to make it look like the outline of the photo. I think that's in a good spot. So I'm just going to decrease the entire size of it. So this is my first photo in the strip. I'll probably do it about there. Duplicate that again. Alright, so now we just have to play with it to make sure our photo strip looks right. So I'm going to increase the size of the rectangles a little bit. So I'm just stretching them out. As you can see, my black rectangles are not, they're not given to me. I want to make them a little bit smaller. So I'm going to select this tool again. I'm going to select the up, select the right. I'm going to decrease the size again. Yeah, I think I like that better. It's giving more of the photo effect to me. So I'm going to delete this bottom one, and I'm going to duplicate that top one and just drag it down. All right. Now I'm going to add my photos. So these are just some random photos that I found on Pinterest. These are not for sale or anything like that. These are just for the design purposes only. I'm just going to go ahead and place my photos on. All right, so I have my photos. So these are the photos I was saying I found on Pinterest a while ago that I just use when I'm practicing. So just tap on the screen, tap on the screen. You can use this slider to scale up and down for the size you want your photo. Yep, okay. So now we're gonna open up our layers menu on the right menu. And I have this one selected right now, this photo, which is that second photo. So what I'm gonna do is drag and drop it into one of these rectangles right here. So I'm gonna put it directly on top of this layer. So the entire layer should be highlighted just like this. That's how you know it's directly on there. So I'm probably gonna do it in the bottom one though. And that ended up putting it on this top one. I don't want it on that one, so I'm just gonna undo, double tap with 2 fingers to undo. So I'm gonna put it in the top one, which will end up being the bottom one on the strip we created. And you can see I didn't place it on there, I placed it under, so that's why it's going behind. So let's do that again and place it directly on to that rectangle. And now you can see that it is inside, and I'm just gonna use that scale and turn and adjust my photo to my liking. So increase and decrease the size as needed. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the second photo. Drag and drop it right onto that rectangle layer. See, just pull it in. Adjust the sizing to your liking. Okay, then I'm just gonna close out that layer menu. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add the words into the screen. I'm gonna try to use a font that I know comes preloaded in Affinity Designer. All right, so what I'm gonna do is select the A on my left menu, the artistic text. I'm just gonna tap on the screen where I want it. I'm gonna type in all capital letters. I'm gonna type in V/-day. I'm gonna select the move tool after I type. So I'll put D-Day, oopsie. But yeah, you can see it's black. It's super small, so we're gonna change that. I'm gonna use the A on the right menu this time. I'm gonna change the font. By tapping Arial, I'm gonna scroll down. I think Avenir is a font that comes preloaded on Affinity Designer, so I'm gonna use Avenir next. I'm gonna go bold, okay? Then we're gonna increase the size. I'm just sliding my finger up on that text size, literally dragging my finger up on it. Or you can press the plus sign, or you can tap on the 73 and type your own numbers in. All right, so I'm gonna decrease the size a little bit. I want it about here. I'm gonna decrease a little bit. Maybe about here. I'm gonna change the color to white. And I'm gonna decrease the tracking. I want my letters a little closer together. So I'm gonna tap this arrow along the first row. The B is bolded, so I'm gonna tap that little caret at the end of that row. I'm gonna select positioning. I'm gonna decrease my tracking. So I'm just dragging my finger down, or you can press the minus sign or tap that -20 and type a number. So I'm just dragging my finger down to decrease the tracking. And as you can see, when you increase and decrease the tracking, the letters get further or closer apart. So I'm gonna go about, I'll probably do about -80. I'm gonna move that to about here. So we have V-Day there. Next, I'm going to duplicate my text. I'm gonna drag it underneath. I'm gonna decrease the size. So I'm just dragging my finger down over that A, or you can open that up and go all the way back and slide your finger down, or select that whatever number is there and type or press any number that's there. But I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. I'll keep that. I'll do that at about, let's do 40. Okay, so I'm just gonna change those wordings, that wording there. I'm gonna make it say specials. I'm gonna keep it in all capital letters. Select the move tool after you finish typing. And I want specials right underneath. So I'm just gonna make sure it falls right underneath V-Day. So V-Day special, so this is what we have so far. Next, I'm going to add a rectangle again. From that left menu, I'm going to add a skinnier rectangle right underneath specials. So I'm going to tap rectangle and drag my finger across the screen where I want my rectangle to appear. I want my rectangle about there. I'm going to change the color of that to white. We got a lot of white going on, but it's Valentine's Day theme, so we're doing red and white. Okay, so select your move tool after you do that, just to close out that menu. And I'm just going to decrease the size of it because I want it to be the same size as specials. All right, so we have V-Day specials there, and I'm just going to type in, I'm going to add more text to the screen. I want to type it right in the rectangle that we added. We're probably going to need to change our font because it's bolded right now and it's big. But I'm just going to type first and then I'll fix the formatting of the font. All capital letters again. So I'm going to go deals, valid, February 1st through February 14th. Okay, select the move tool after you do that. As you can see, my text is super big. It's going off the flyer. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to select that A on the right menu. I'm going to select bold. I'm going to go with, I'm either going to go between regular or ultra light. We'll see which one looks better. Let's change the color of this to red because we don't want white on white. So like a nice way I like to change colors using my color picker tool on the left menu. And you just select, you literally just tap it, tap color picker if it pops up, or just tap color picker. And you just literally pick or touch what color you want to change your highlighted object to. I'm going to do one of these reds in here. So I have that red. Select the move tool to save that. Now I'm going to decrease the size of my font because it is huge. So it went all the way down. I'm going to go down to 12. I made it a little smaller. Not that small though. Let's try 9. So 9 will fit and it's still legible, but I'm going to add a space between the dashes on February 1st and February 14th because that looks too close together. Let's add a space there. Okay. I'm going to close out my color menu. Okay, I kind of want to see what the wording looks like in ultralight. I really like a thin and a bold font. I feel like that is a really good contrast. So I'm going to see what that looks like. Let me see if I like that. I feel like that's too light, so we're going to go back with the regular. So we need to decrease the size again, just a tiny bit to make sure it's going to fit in there. Okay, I'm going to actually drag up V-Day specials. I'm going to just bring everything up a little bit. So I'm literally going to take my finger and drag it across the screen. As you can see, it says 0 objects. I don't have anything yet, so I'm going to drag it over until I have my V-Day specials, my rectangle, and my wording. I have it all selected, and I'm just going to move it up a little bit, like just a tiny bit. I'm going to do the same thing with my photo strip. I'm going to angle it a little bit more. Like that, like literally just a tiny bit. And I'm going to just deselect it by pressing the X. Alright, so now I'm going to just add the deals, the specials, whatever you want to call them, underneath. Alright, so I'm going to use the same regular font weight, and I'm going to type in white. So I'm going to change the color to white, and then just tap on the screen where I want my text to appear. So I'm going to do volume lashes. Let's do 130. I'm just making up prices here. I'm not a lash tech, so yeah. I'm just going to move that to the middle. Let's duplicate that. Or not, I'm going to do volume lash set so I can have a little more words. Volume lash cap locks set. Oh, where'd they go? Volume lash sets. Let's do wispy. Why is my cap locks not working? Here we go. Wispy lash sets. We're going to do those for I don't know, let's do 115. And then we're gonna duplicate that. And we're gonna do classic. And I'm gonna do that for $100. Okay, so I'm gonna close out my menu there. I'm gonna select everything again. And I'm gonna move it to about there. Let's increase the size. So I have everything selected right now, and I'm just sliding my finger up over the A, and it's increasing. So I'm gonna move it because I still have everything selected. I'm gonna decrease the size a little bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna type something else. I'm just gonna type in use code VEDAY14 for these deals. I'm gonna type that kind of small because it's not the most important thing about the flyer, but I still want to add it. You really want your audience to, their attention to attract to the most important thing on the flyer, which is their V-Day specials. I want you to look at my lashes. I want you to look at how much it costs. Then you can look at all the other stuff, but the most important things is I'm having this sale. This is what my sale is about, you know? Yeah. So we're gonna just type in use code, let me find my quotation marks, VDay 14 for these deals. I'm gonna put that right in the middle, and I'm gonna decrease the size of that. Because like I said, it's not the most important thing on the flyer. And I'm just gonna move these around again, play with them. You see that green line is letting me know that it's centered with everything else. That is my snapping tool. I have my snapping enabled. If you wanna see my settings, they are here. I want to see if we got a bullet point on here. Let me see if I can add one. So I'm going to use the A on the right menu. So I'm just going to move my cursor to the front, and I'm going to press a bullet. Yeah, we want bullet points. So we're going to do that in front of everything. And then we're going to go down to our classic. And we're going to move our cursor to the front. Select the bullet point from right there. Select the move tool. I'm going to decrease the size of this a little bit because now that I got those bullet points on there, it's looking kind of off. So I'll decrease the size of that a little bit. Yeah, I think that looked real good. Okay, so now I'm going to add a rectangle to the bottom of the screen about here. And down at the bottom is where we're going to put the information to book. Alright, so I'm just moving it around a little bit. I'm going to adjust this photo here because I don't want all this extra white. So I'm going to increase the size of my photos a little bit. I'm just going to bring this one up a bit until it's touching that edge up there. And I'm going to bring this one down until it's touching that edge there. So I just elongated them a little bit. And then I'm going to add some text. We're still keeping it at that regular. We need to change the color so you can see what we're typing. Let me close out my keyboard really quick, and we're going to select that red color we've been using. And we can turn, you see my bullet point is still on. We don't need that. So we're going to use the A on the right menu, turn off our bullet point, double tap to bring our keyboard back up. You can zoom out a little bit so you can see what you're typing. I'm putting my cap locks back on because everything else been in caps. So let's keep typing in caps. So we're going to go www. Well, first, actually, we're going to go back. We're going to type in book online at www.yourwebsite.com. Or we can do yourwebsite.as.me because, you know, the girls that we're using, Acuity. So Acuity websites always end in .as.me. So I'm just going to type that. So www.yourwebsite.as.me. All right, so I'm just going to bring the flyer back down, put my website in the middle of the screen. That's what that green line is letting me know. It's dead in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to move this in the middle too. I have to zoom in a little bit more so I can see. Okay. And I'm going to increase the tracking because I want the website to kind of spread across the entire bottom. It's not taking up as much as I wanted to. So we're going to use this caret at the end of this first row with the B, the I, the U, bold, italic, underline. We're going to select positioning. We're going to put our tracking at 0. Okay. Make sure it's in the middle still, which it is. Perfect. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is I'm just going to add an XOXO to the background. Not real big, just like in a corner or something. So I'm going to type XOXO. Let's put that in white so we can see. I want to use a script or cursive font, but I'm not sure which ones come preloaded on Affinity Designer. Let's go back. I'm gonna see if I can find one. If I can't, then we're just gonna use one of the ones I have, I guess. I mean, it'll work the same. I'm just trying to use things that are already here. Let me see. I know I downloaded all the ones I'm passing right now. I think the only cursive looking font that comes on Affinity Designer is this one. And oops, I just 2-finger double tap to undo. I think that's the only font. I don't really want that. Okay, so I'm gonna type XOXO again. Let me change my font. We're gonna do, let's do Avenir, I guess. Avenir next. I'm just picking something really. We'll do italic. Let's angle it. I'm gonna put it right down here in this corner. Let's zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. Let's increase the size a little bit. Right there, okay. And now I'm just gonna select FX on the right menu, select Gaussian blur. So I turned it on, then you're gonna press the word Gaussian blur. And I'm just gonna use the slider to blend it. See, not too much. You got it too much. Now you can't see that it says XOXO, so you need to turn it down. Like just barely. So I'm gonna go about 3, and I'm gonna go up a little more. Go down a little bit. All right, we're gonna go 5.1. Select the move tool. Press FX to close out that menu. And okay, y'all. So this is the flyer that we created. Affinity Designer is not that bad. You can create a lot of nice designs in here. If you want to see what else you can create in Affinity Designer, follow my social media pages here. If you want direct support and access to me to aid your learning in using Affinity Designer, basic navigation, or more in-depth tutorials, you might like to sign up for my webinar or my pre-recorded classes. They'll be linked in the description below. I really hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope y'all found it easy. I hope it was easy to follow along with. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'll definitely drop more tutorials and give y'all more tips and tricks to use Affinity Designer. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.